Hello, all you rabid Lions fans, and welcome to Lions on the Prowl. News, rumors, and debates from the fans' perspective. Here's Jim and Tim.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lions on the Prowl. My name's Jim.
And my name is Maniac Tim.
And we have some wonderful news. And I was so blessed to be on the roundtable last night with Micro Mike and Luke G and the Real podcast. I had a blast with all the guys. And after the show, they asked us if we wanted to be members of the DSA. And I'm honored to say that we accepted that. And we are now members of the Detroit Sports Authority. And we really appreciate that, Luke G, Micro Mike, Detroit Drew, what's up? JMO, we got all these guys out here that I'm just getting used to and starting to learn and things like that. And we're having a great time. What do you think, Tim?
I think that's great news. I mean, it should expand our podcast quite a bit, and it's great to be part of the team.
Yeah, it's not only that, it's just I love to get together with other guys that like to talk Detroit Lions football, and anybody who's trying to put something out there that's, you know, I would say the national media, not all of them, but, you know, like ESPN, that type of thing, it's hard to get good Lions content on there. And so we're trying to put out good Lions content for our viewers and for our channels, each of us, to be able to bring a different point of view or a different, you know, style to the whole Detroit Lions content game here. And like I said, I really appreciate it. And we wanted to shout you guys out and thank you for having me on. And Tim, if you didn't work, we would have you on too. But unfortunately, you were a slave to that job. And
Yep, sadly, second shift.
Second shift sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Especially at where I work.
So enough about us, and let's get right to the content about our Detroit Lions. And the number one thing we're going to talk about this week is going to be the Auburn Pro Day is today. And today we're going to be looking at the number 3 pick and Derrick Brown. Now, Isaish Simmons is probably going to be there.
Yep.
Chase Young might even be there. And then Derrick Brown. Do you have an order in which you'd like to select? If you had the number 3 pick, we couldn't trade down, right? What would you say would be your number 1, 2, 3 there?
Yeah. Well, number 1 would be Isaish Simmons.
Okay.
Then Chase Young.
Okay.
And then Derrick Brown.
This is tough for me.
Yeah.
I got Isaish Simmons 1. I go Derrick Brown 2 and Chase Young 3rd. Let me tell you why. Yeah. Because there's a lot of negative coming out. Derrick Brown didn't have the best combine. I understand that.
Right.
Chase Young, can he do what he did at Ohio State on this level? To a certain extent, I think he could. And I'm very tempted to make him number 2, but I see some spots in his game. Doesn't have a lot of moves, for this level. I mean, of course, he could be coached up or whatever, but I don't know. I'm not sold on the kid and like we used to be. I mean, when we first came out, you know, but when you go and you look at it, it just there's plays taken off, and so it's not a question of does he want to play football or the motor or anything. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but I think that Derrick Brown's motor is unquestioned.
Right.
It really is. He's a beast when it comes to the interior defensive line. We just lost Snacks. We need a run stuffer in this defense. And I think that's how I go if Simmons isn't there. Okay. I would trade down for him though. Now let me make this very, very clear.
Right.
I don't see Derrick Brown as a number 3 pick.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
I would trade down if I can get down to number, say, 5, 6, or 7. You know, and one of the quarterbacks are there. Say Tua's there. Even Chase Young. Right. I'm just not sure how he fits. He fits better in a 4-4-3 defense than he does in a 3-4. I mean, I guess we could move them all around and stuff, but Isaish Simmons does so much more. And Derrick Brown fills a huge need.
Right.
You want to find talent at that, because if you're picking 3, you need to have an exceptional player.
Right. So basically, in your eyes, he's not worth the third overall pick.
I'm not going to say he's not worth it.
Right.
It's tough to say that, because I don't believe that. It's tough. It really is. It's tough, because right. I don't want to say that he's not worth that pick. But there again, I would definitely trade down. It's just right. It's just, that's how I feel about it. How do you feel about that, Tim?
Yeah. Well, if you could trade down for him, and of course then add some values elsewhere in the team, that would be great. Because as you know, we definitely need a lot of holes. But I mean, I have liked Derrick Brown since I first seen him. He's definitely good at what he does. He's a good tackler. I love the way he tackles. I love the way that his size, and I think it would be a great great asset to the team. Asset.
Yeah. Easy for you to say as I'm typing on the show here, but okay. So our second topic today is, how do we rebuild this offensive line?
Right. Shoot.
We got Graham Glasgow walking. I think Rick Wagner is the worst offensive lineman on our team.
Right.
I mean, as starters now. Okay, because we've got pretty bad people in depth behind him. So, no, seriously though. What do you do? What do we do? Right. I think here's my take. Here's my take. I want Jack Conklin from Tennessee. Yep. He's going to cost a lot.
Yeah.
I totally know he's going to cost a lot. But if we can structure a deal to where we can backload it, because the CBA is going to be a higher salary cap, we know. If we can backload that a little bit, that would be great. He's only 25 years old, 6'6", 308 pounds. Of course, he went to Michigan State. We should all know that.
Yep.
I don't know. So there's an in for the Lions, at least because he's from Michigan. He's from Plainwell, which is not very far from Grand Rapids, which is only about 45. It's about 45 minutes away from where we are right now. So he grew up in Michigan. I think we got a shot at landing the guy. I do.
Right.
For the right price. I think he comes here. He takes Wagner's spot. We cut Wagner. Then we just got younger.
Right.
Number one. And he's a pretty darn good player. Number two. And we plug him in. And then you've got Ragnow at center, open spot, and then Jack Conklin. So there we go. Now, what do we do with the open spot? Well, I have an answer for you. Joe Thuney.
Oh, yeah.
New England Patriots guard. He is only 27 years old. Won't be 28 until we're playing in November. So about the time that it's meaningless for the Lions. I'm just kidding. And he'll be 28. He's 6'5", 308 pounds.
Right.
And guess where he's from? New England.
Yeah.
So that's our tie to him. Hopefully, we'll see how that goes. I mean, I don't know how many people he knows from our organization or whatever, how the timelines match up. But then you have Thuney, right?
Right. Yep.
Ragnow at center, Conklin on the end at your tackle.
Yeah.
The only hole you really have to fill is left guard, and my personal opinion, also left tackle at some point. We got Taylor Decker for another year, so I'm okay with that for the year. Not really sure about picking up his option, but he's serviceable. He's not great in the run, and I would not put him at right tackle.
Right.
I'll let everybody know. If you're thinking of getting like Trent Williams or somebody like that and moving him over to the right side, I think that'd be a mistake, but that's just my opinion. And that's what we do here. It's just opinion, guys, And I know everybody gets all caught up and gets, that's a stupid statement. I don't know why you said that, blah, 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 blah. Hey, it's just an opinion, man.
Yeah.
Free agency starting in a couple weeks. Micro Mike will have a free agent frenzy, and I want you to tune in to Micro Mike's free agent frenzy, because that is going to be a blast. I should be a part of that. And, we'll see how that goes. And then draft day, I think we're going to have some sort of a thing going on with them too. So
Wow.
it's going to be some fun. We're going to have a good time this year.
Yep.
You guys just can't wait to see what's going to happen, because things are going to blow up pretty quickly on the channel and for the DSA. And we're really proud to be a part of that right now.
We sure are.
I have one thing. I didn't ask you about offensive line. What do you think about all that? Because that was a lot. I'm sorry.
Right.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I just kind of like talked over.
I know. Well, it's definitely the way to build it. If we could get them, and more power to us, because we need a strong offensive line. And yeah, like you said, it's going to cost money, but we got to invest in the core of this team. And everybody knows that the core of the offense is the offensive line. If you want to create the holes, get the protection, you need the offensive line built. So I'm well for going for those players.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. Me too. And people have said, oh, I don't want to draft a running back. And I might go into this just a little bit, because we talked about this last night on the roundtable, and there's a couple of guys disagreed about getting a running back. Now, Luke G is for J.K. Dobbins, and I'm more for the running back out of Wisconsin, Jonathan Taylor. And if we get these upgrades to the offensive line and we draft a good running back, because Carrion's going to get injured, well, I'm sorry. It's happened every year that every year. So I don't understand. I don't understand why we wouldn't think that's going to continue.
Right.
Okay.
But you got to prepare for it, because like you said, it has happened. So you got to have somebody to pick up the slack when he's gone.
And Bo Scarborough looked really good. He has an injury history as well.
Right.
And we've seen him, and I don't want to call it garbage time.
Right.
We were playing for something because we're playing for jobs or whatever, but we're not playing for the playoffs. Right. It's not like we were in Green Bay playing for the NFC North, and the pressure was on like that.
No.
I've not seen these guys in that pressure situation, so I don't know. Of course, I've not seen the other guys either, but I want to have a running back that is a threat to break it. And I'd say Ty Johnson, and I kind of agree with that, but Ty Johnson hasn't done it.
Right.
He hasn't done it yet. I mean, he's young. Okay, we need to give him a chance. Totally understand that. Totally willing to give the guy a chance, because I really like him. But why not add? Why not add if you can? I know we need defensive help. I'm not going to disagree there. But it depends on what we do, trade downs and things like that. There's so many things that could happen in the draft. But let's get through free agency first, and then we'll have a very good idea of what we're going to do with the draft. What do you think?
Yeah, we definitely got to see what the needs are after free agency, because if we can fill a lot of these holes, then we might be able to go after running back.
We can go after a running track too. I mean, we can get the whole track. I'm pretty sure that they can install it and everything.
Yeah. Oh man. But I do agree with you there, Jim, because every year we have had Kerryon Johnson. He has gotten hurt. So we got to be prepared to have somebody to pick up that slack, like I did say previously. Because we need somebody that has this breakaway speed, which we don't seem to have that person on the team.
Ty Johnson has the speed, but he just hasn't done it yet.
Right.
I mean, okay. Jonathan Taylor, 2,000 yards, 3 years in a row or something like this, 2,500, some crazy number. Right. Okay, all we want you to do is half of that, and guess what? We got a 1,000-yard rusher. It's the last time we've had that. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. You had a 1,000-yard rusher with Matthew Stafford, and now that offense is clicking. Now you got Hawkinson as a weapon. You got wide receiving cores are weapons, and now you got a home run threat in the backfield.
Yeah. So
why wouldn't you want to do that? I know our defense sucks.
Yeah.
You may not be able to fix that in a year. You might
Mm-hmm.
be able to, but you might not. But I think you can definitely fix the offense in
Right.
an offseason or fairly close. We're still going to have holes. You can't. Rome wasn't built in a day, and the Lions haven't been built in 50-some years.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, that's true. They've been trying, though.
they've been trying.
But they've been dismantling as much as they've been trying to.
But today I want to end the show with this. It's Detroit Drew. He's a fellow member of the DSA, and he was like, if Mike Bloomberg wanted to dump $1 billion into a disappointing failure, he should have just bought the Detroit Lions. Oh, that's so sad. Sad but true.
Yes.
Sad but true. Okay, I got one more for you, Tim, before we head out. What percentage do you give Patricia and Quinn both to have their jobs at the end of this season, going into next season?
Wow. I'm going to say, as of right now, 50%, and that's kind of high.
You're kind of high. I think it's like 5%.
Right, but I'm just going to, because knowing that their job is on the line, and this is a final, this is a final year for them. If they don't produce, I think that's going to cause them to get the right people and the right.
I don't trust them.
Right, I know, and
I don't trust Martha to get a whole new set of morons in here.
Right,
I don't. These were supposed to be. They hired an outside source because people keep saying, "Oh, you should hire somebody else and hire an outside." They did.
Yeah, I know.
They hired an outside source, and he said these two morons were the best. Now I'm not going to say morons because, of course, they're not unintelligent people. In the drafts have not been horrible. They haven't been great, but they haven't been horrible. But we keep. How long is too long, man? I know. I preach this too, and so right now I'm kind of contradicting myself in a way, and I shouldn't, but because I should be patient and all this stuff. But you can see the coaching is terrible.
Now, let me put this question to you, Jim. How improved do you think the Lions would need to be for you to think that this current team or this current regime, coach and company can go ahead and turn this around?
They have to make the playoffs.
Right.
It's simple. It's very simple. I'm not a person that says, "Oh, if they contend for the playoffs, that's good enough." That's not good enough. 9-7 wasn't good enough, and I think 10-6 has to be the number. Because if 9-5 wasn't good enough, or 9-7 wasn't good enough, you got to be better than that. 10-6 is better than that.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for a 10-6 team.
And don't worry, Dolly. We're not trying to steal your song with 9-5, like Jim just said.
Yeah, I messed up.
I know.
But, that's the thing, though. I mean, the Lions have to – that's where they have to be. I'm sorry. That's where they have to be. You've built this team for 5 years.
Right.
You're Bob Quinn.
Yeah.
How many years does it have to be?
True.
So anyway, guys, this is a quick hitter video. We just wanted to update you on some things that were going on today, like the pro day at Auburn. And maybe we'll give us some reaction to that tomorrow. And so everybody follow all the members of the DSA, give them a subscribe, like the videos, and Tim, take us home.
Okay. Well, always remember, go Lions. Lions on the prowl. Detroit Lions, one pride.
See you later, guys.
Yeah.